I'm a little nervous, so bear with me.
It's okay.
For being here. Good evening, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name is Carlos Mendez, and I am the Assistant Principal of Washington Elementary School here in Evanston. I'm also the person who filed the complaint, CR number 17-03. While I have to respect the decision of this department, I have to say I'm disappointed as I read how the situation is being portrayed. There are obvious discrepancies in the report versus what both myself and the principal experienced during that day, and also what the audio recording supports. I guess it's very evident that any report can be written to give the outcome desired. My actions that day were in support of the original responding officer, as I tried to make him aware that all the children were watching him confront an employee of District 65. I teach my students to trust the police, and I want them to view every officer as people who help them and protect us. But what they saw that day, when I was forcefully pushed more than once by an officer, it made that lesson a lot harder to believe. I hope in the future there's a lot of increased training on how to defuse a situation and work with school staff to prevent children from being exposed to these avoidable issues. As I stated in my complaint, my desired outcome in filing this complaint was not to get any officer in trouble, but to open the lines of communication that creates awareness around the protocols and what protocols they need to be in place when acting on school property in clear view of children. I thank you for your time, and I would like to ask, in question to what your comment earlier, about your conversation, what was rectified, because nobody has ever spoken to me about what rectification means. And I also want to point out that the traffic stop was outside of school grounds. It just ended in front of our building. Mm-hmm. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I believe Alderman Fleming was addressing that particular issue in the previous item. Yeah.
Well, he's speaking about the complaint, not the complaint process. So he's speaking about...
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so... Right. Sometimes I stick my foot in my mouth. So I don't think that I can speak more because it's a personnel issue. Okay. But I do want to applaud you for coming, and I appreciate that, because we get a lot of these complaints, and I do appreciate people making complaints because it's important for us in oversight with our police, but people don't always come, to the dais and give a personal testimony. So I appreciate that. I'm sympathetic to what happened, but I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate your peers coming with you for support, and I'm hopeful that this will be a learning lesson for our officers. So I'm sorry, that's all I can say.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming.